Hello! I was recently invited to a beta of The Secret World. In case you don't know, this is a modern setting MMO, which I think is different and quite interesting because they have to deal with mechanics a lot different to the fantasy-based MMOs. So, I thought I'd take you through a couple of features that I think is necessary to make first impressions, first opinions when playing said game. So, I'm going to skip the boring intro that is a generic one. I'm sure you'll be able to find it somewhere. It's just a load of silence. So I just left it. Basically, all it is she finds powers and she's like, oh, I have powers. This is scary. Anyway, the video I'm about to show you is the second cutscene that you experience after the first set. And it explains the dragon. I guess you could call it race if you're going to make an equivalent. And there are three different set types of people. There are Illuminati, the Templars, and the Dragons. And I'm just gonna let you get on with the Dragon, who are supposedly the evil guys. But if you've played WoW, you know the evil guys might not necessarily be evil. Enjoy.
It's in here somewhere. I've seen it. I've seen. Are you familiar with the butterfly effect? It asserts that just a tiny change in initial conditions can dramatically change the long-term behavior of a system, like a butterfly's wings affecting the weather system, turning a light breeze into a tsunami. Most people take this to mean there's no way to predict or find patterns in a system so easily affected by tiny, random, seemingly insignificant events. But chaos theory is not about chaos. It's about order. It's about finding the underlying order in apparently random data. In chaos. In other words, chaos isn't. There's always order. Always. That order is what the dragon chases relentlessly. What they're doing is experimentation. They are testing the systems. They breeding butterflies so that they can discern the patterns. The more random data they introduce to the system, the more data they get back. They're creating a model of the universe, one tsunami at a time. But this is a controlled experiment. So the dragon ensures that with every tiny random change, they remain in complete control. They are ruthless planners. And what they're doing, what they're planning, is acts of... In a way, they are terrorists. Except their acts of terror are small, seemingly without consequence. They don't blow up buildings or planes. They don't murder the innocent. They don't have a doctrine. What they are doing is a lot more subtle, a lot more effective. They now have enough data in their models now to predict causality,
Enjoy.
at least to some degree. They put you somewhere, they have a good idea what's going to happen. That's what it's all about. Why you've been brought here to Seoul. I'm sure you're asking yourself, why me? Why now? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters now is that you've been brought here because they want you here. They need you here. Everything from the moment they visited you until this conversation, it may seem like a series of coincidences, random events. Carefully planned. Part of a model they've designed. Part of a system. It's an experiment. Don't you see? Everything has a purpose. Everything is true. Sooner or later, they all go upstairs.
You're shy. Shy, confused, lost. You're not lost anymore. The dragon found you. And now, you found me. Everything happens for a reason. Every event, no matter how small, has consequences. They will ask you to do things.
Right, so
and
I
most
don't
of the
even
time,
know what just
you will
happened
not know
there.
why, or what the
So
consequences
now I'm going to
may
move
be.
on to the training, which is
It is
basically
the
where you
curse of
pick
the
your
dragon.
class, and the system they
We do
use
not
is
know
quite
why
interesting.
We do what we do,
You
but
pick
we
your
do it
class based on the weapon you
regardless.
have,
because
and
they tell us
the
it
way the
is
weapons
right.
work, there is no mana. It's
From chaos,
I cast a skill, and
there is
then
order.
if I build up my resources, then it
and
gets a better
clarity.
attack. And this is through all of
The
them.
one
However,
moment of absolute
the
clarity
spells, which we will get
comes
into
in that
later,
brief
differ slightly.
exhalation of ecstasy.
I've chosen the Templar for
When
this
our
because I feel the
minds are
training is
empty,
more adequate.
We are receptive
Enjoy the
to the
cutscene.
truth. Most of the time, you will not understand their reasons. You will not be able to see the consequences of your actions. But there is one event you must understand. One truth. It's my job to help you see it.
Christ almighty, we've got our work cut out for us. The Crucible is my house, and in my house, my word is law. Forget your mother's teat. From now on, this is your home. This is where you learn to stay alive. You've come here an empty slate. You have potential, that's why you were recruited, but that potential needs strict guidance. You're a loaded weapon, and if you don't learn to control yourself and channel your powers, you'll end up hurting yourself or others. You have the ability to manifest anima, your life force in the physical world, to enhance your strength, your physical attributes, to do magic. Martial magic, none of that fairy stuff. Whatever trinket you hold in your hand is merely a way to direct your powers. We don't do magic wands here. Through your weapon, you
have a look at the
channel
enemy's
and
bar when I
wield
start attacking.
your magic.
You will see the
Never mind
resources.
why this power has
He's
been
just going to
awakened in
explain
you. You're not
what
the
each
only
weapon
one,
is. I've
and
left
you're not
that
the
in to kind
chosen
of give
one.
you guys an
You're
idea.
part of an army.
Enjoy.
Our army. And from now on, you'll do what you're told. It's the way of the Templars. Consider this your playground. It's not like being out in the front lines, but is close enough. We have a choice of weapons for you to practice with. Try as many as you wish. When we're done, you get to pick one. You want to make sure you're comfortable with your weapon. It'll be the only thing between you and a trip to the graveyard.
So as you can see, the
Those
little
things
orange
are
lights
called
come up when I
Rakshasa,
press
the
1.
basic
You can see in a
hellhounds.
second
We keep
when
them
I press 2,
chained.
major
Used to make
attack.
such a mess of the new recruits. Use them for target practice. Don't worry, they don't feel a thing, and they're unworthy of mercy. Spend your time in the Crucible well.
So as you can
There's no
see,
point
it's
rushing
fairly
things.
self-explanatory.
Out there, the demons aren't
The
chained
pistolier
up,
is
and you
mainly a
don't have me
damage
around
class
to save
due
your
to its
sorry
dual
arse.
pistols.
Go on, get started. I'll offer some guidance along the way. The shotgun. A great weapon for dealing with multiple enemies and controlling crowds. If you wield it with skill and precision,
So as you can
you'll be
see,
able to
the
use cone
guns work
attacks
in
to
a
take
way
down
that
multiple enemies. Just be
is
aware,
similar
many
to
shotgun
each other.
abilities have a relatively short
And
range.
I really like it,
As you
even
can
though
see,
the
some
guns
of the
don't
abilities
really
you use build
feel like the
focus
shotgun
on your
doesn't
target.
feel
Other
heavy,
abilities will
and the assault
consume this
rifle just
focus
feels
to
like the
great
pistol.
effect. The more
I
focus
feel
you have,
that
the more devastating
there's a lot to
the
be gained
effect.
from this experience. I mean, shotguns are actually close range weapons. It's affected by that. So I find that a bit interesting, the fact that the actual mechanics work
Pistols are
like
light
the
and
real
easy
guns.
to use, allowing you
Now I'm
to
going to
move
go on
and
to the
perform
melee,
tricks in
which
combat.
I think he
Damage,
explains
speed,
better than I am,
and
so I'm just
plenty of
going to
utility are
step
available
back
to
and
the skilled
let him get on with it.
pistolier.
Enjoy.
The assault rifle is a tricky weapon. You combine long-range, high-powered shots with semi-automatic bursts, grenades, and health-leeching attacks. As you can see, some of the abilities you use build focus on your target. Other abilities will consume this focus to great effect. The more focus you have, the more devastating the effect. Graceful, balanced, quick. Attributes of all good swordsmen. With swift and precise cuts, you'll slice and bleed a demon or vampire in no time. Use your enemy's attacks against them and punish their recklessness, and exploit your inner strength to heal and regenerate while you
So
dance
that was the
circles
melee
around your
combat.
opponent.
And I think it's really interesting because it does actually feel different because of the way that everything is weighted. A sledgehammer
Hammers
is
are for
heavier than a
those who like
sword,
to be in the middle of the
and
brawl.
the fist
With a
weapons
hammer,
are actually
you can
quite
block incoming
quick.
attacks, pound your
So I
enemies
really
into
enjoyed that,
dust,
and it also adds
move
another
the very
dimension
earth
on
you
top of the
stand
guns.
on,
However,
literally.
there is one
But
aspect
you'll
we
need
get
to
to have
toughen up.
covered,
In the heat of the
that
fray, you'll
being
get beat
magic.
on.
The whole reason you are
Hammer
here is
combat,
because
like
of
all
magic.
melee combat,
So I
utilizes
just want to take
momentum
you
to
through
deal
that,
high damage
and then we'll get onto
trigger
some
special
gameplay.
attacks.
But
You
again,
initiate combat
I
with
think he
full
describes
hammer
it better.
momentum, and
However,
this
I
will
will
be
intervene
depleted and
once.
regained over time.
See you in a bit.
Special abilities consume this momentum, while other abilities rebuild it as combat progresses. The fist weapons let you channel your inner beast. Like a wild animal and predator, you use your speed and precision to find your opponent's weakness, and you'll strike for the throat with vicious attacks and ferocious combinations. In touch with anima, with nature, you can use Gaia's strength to heal yourself and your allies. The magic of chaos is the magic of up-close trickery and defense. Summoning magical weapons and drawing your enemies towards you, you'll always find yourself in the middle of the action. When using magic, you need to manipulate and utilize your charge levels. You'll notice that some abilities build your charge count while others deplete them. Some abilities require a certain number of charges, and some will exhaust all your available charges for increased effect. The higher the charge, the more potent the effect. Elementalism allows you to manipulate the fabric of the universe in volatile and unpredictable ways. Fire and electricity will burn and shock your enemies. Ice can freeze and slow their movement. And magnetism can purge their beneficial effects.
So as you can see, blood magic works a little bit differently to the other spells. I can cast number 2, and if you notice, my health has gone down a little. So this gives an extra dimension to the magic.
Blood magic.
However, we have
is
not
occult
finished.
Magic.
What
As
kind of a
old as it
playthrough would
comes.
this be
It's
if
the
I didn't
ancient
show you a
art of
little bit of the
granting
action?
protection and afflicting others with
And
disease,
this is the scene that
taking
happens
and
after the
giving.
crazy scene that I showed you
Poison
earlier.
your enemy's blood for strong damage over
And,
time,
well,
and impair
I hope
their
you
movement
notice that
and strengthen your
the
allies
fighting is a
through
lot
blood
different
barriers that
to
absorb
the way
incoming
things work
damage.
in most MMOs.
When using magic,
For instance, the shotgun, which you have to start with, is sprayed, and you don't get any teaching whatsoever. So enjoy the little thing while I write.
Your available charges for increased effect. The higher the charge, the more potent the effect. Blood magic is unique in that it allows you to spend charges you haven't acquired yet, at the cost of your own health.
Open the gate! Just get in! The electric somehow. No. Oh my God.
Watch out!
Nice shooting!
How many have they got in there?
It's gone viral so fast. If this gets out into Tokyo...
It doesn't. We stop it here, whatever it takes.
Abandon all hope, ye you enter here.
Thanks for the encouragement.
Incoming! Nice one. We must reach the next platform! Well done!
The gate's opening!
I think that's bad news. Yep, bad news.
They're not stopping!
And they will not stop. This is all to hold us back. Top marks for effort.
This is where I end my game.
Someone has to push through. This confusion may be all the time we have.
I hope
Someone? Go! Go!
Yes? Now this is the Hollow Earth, Agartha. I do hope you're not here for the local service. It's running somewhat tardy. By my watch, it's 100 years overdue at 1:15. Judging from the cut of you, you're more of a world traveller. Well, you've come to the right place. This underground realm, like the great British rail system, is the very model of efficiency. Agartha's thoroughfares sprout from the Tree of Life and connect back to the surface. Distance and time bend in here. Why, you can cross the globe in a brisk walk. Of course, it's perfectly safe. No one's entirely sure how it works. Quite bedeviled, the science boffins, but I'm assured they have their top men on it. Top men. Now you'll need one of these. Mind your fingers. Thank you. Fascinating devices. Fortunately, there's still enough to hand out like sweets. Consider it your anchor to the Hollow Earth. It can return you here in a flash, proverbially and quite literally. Well then, onwards to the New England coast, what?
So my overview. This is where I got to, and I'll admit I got a little bit bored of the travelling because I didn't really know where I was going. The compass is going to your final destination, so it didn't tell you where you needed to go. And in the end, I just got bored of it and got irritated, so I stopped.
Come along.
However, it's not stopped me wanting to buy this game.
Flora-mechanical network won't run
And
itself.
I think the art is very
Needing doing
good.
down here.
I think the concepts it brought up are good. I even think that the fighting system and the training system, I love the training system. I just basically think it's all good. And although the voice acting isn't amazing, I think the wit kind of brings it back. And although that was the dragon scene, the I guess Asian side of things, it was quite interesting to see a good old Brit, you know. And again, he was very witty. I don't know if it's just something that I find funny, because I do find some really silly stuff funny. But I wish I could have progressed with this game, but it was Sunday night. It was really late. The server was lagging a little bit because it's only in beta, let's be fair. Or it might have been my computer, who knows. But I basically thoroughly enjoyed this game and I want to buy it. And I hope I've given you somewhat information. Feel free to leave any comments, anything that I've missed out. I did record a lot of footage, just didn't include it all in this video. If you want to see more of something, also put a comment. And I just hoped you enjoyed. So that's The Secret World. This is Michael. Play games we do. And I'm saying bye bye. Bye bye.